You know, in the world of AI, most updates are just, well, they're just noise. But every once in a while, something comes along that doesn't just make a ripple. It causes an earthquake. And today, we're talking about Z-Image AI, an open-source model that has absolutely shaken the foundations of image generation.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Revolution? Isn't that a bit much? But honestly, it's not. Within just days of its release, the open-source community wasn't just buzzing about a new tool. They were straight up calling it a revolution. So what is all the hype about? Let's dive in.
So, just how fast did this thing catch on? Well, in just 2 weeks, the project racked up over 50,000 stars on GitHub. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's a level of viral hype that most projects would kill to get in an entire year.
And it wasn't just developers jumping on board. Oh no, in that same 2-week window, the tool was downloaded more than 100,000 times, as the word spread like wildfire across social media, from X all the way to Bilibili. This wasn't some niche little program, it was a full-blown cultural phenomenon.
Okay, so let's get down to it. What is this Z-image phenomenon really all about? See, it's not just another minor update. It's a huge shift in who gets to create high-quality AI art, and maybe even more importantly, where they get to do it.
So, at its core, Z-Image AI is this small, super powerful, and totally free tool that came out of Alibaba's Tongyi MAI lab. But here's the real magic trick, the thing that sets it completely apart. It doesn't live in some far-off server farm in the cloud. Nope. It runs right there on your own personal computer, giving you insane speed and total control. So you've got this field that's crowded with absolute giants, right? Midjourney, DALL-E. How on earth did this little tool come out of nowhere and just explode? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. It solved the biggest, most annoying problems that people had with all those cloud-based generators. The secret sauce was finding that perfect sweet spot. It made pro-level AI something anyone could get their hands on, it delivered unbelievable power without needing a supercomputer, and it offered a kind of creative freedom you just couldn't find anywhere else. Let's really see how it stacks up.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's pretty night and day. While everyone else locks you into their cloud, Z-Image runs locally, on your machine, with a pretty modest 8 gigs of VRAM. It's totally free. No subscriptions, no API fees. And here's the big one for a lot of creators. There are no corporate content filters. You are in complete control.
Okay, so it's accessible, it's free, but can it actually perform? Is it powerful? Oh, absolutely. This is where Z-Image just completely defies expectations. It packs an incredible amount of punch into a surprisingly tiny package. Just how tiny are we talking? This is what blew my mind. Z-Image is a super lean 6 billion parameters. Now compare that to a competitor like Flux 2, which is massive at 70 billion parameters. And yet somehow, Z-Image is churning out images that are just as good, with incredible photorealistic quality. That's just a stunning piece of engineering.
And the performance is just wild. You get images in 1 to 3 seconds flat because the model just thinks faster, using way fewer steps. It's especially good at creating that clean, crisp digital camera look, and it understands both English and Chinese prompts. And since it's open source, the community is already going nuts building custom models for it, these things called LoRAs. All this tech talk is cool, for sure, but what does it actually mean for you, the person who just wants to make awesome stuff? Well, it means that creating stunning AI art is now easier and more accessible than it has ever been, period.
The community has been raving about how easy it is to get up and running. You really don't have to be a coding wizard or an AI genius. It's actually designed so that zero-basis users, which is just a fancy way of saying people with zero experience, can jump in and master it super quickly.
The whole setup really just boils down to 3 steps. 1, get your PC ready with the basics. 2, download the core model files. They're free from Hugging Face, which is this huge hub for the AI community. And 3, you run one simple command, and boom, the tool opens right up in your browser. You're ready to create.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Tech influencers were all over this immediately. YouTuber Lingdu Jaishu called it a must-have tool for 2025 and made a point of saying you get professional-level results without needing some crazy expensive high-end PC. But here's where we need to zoom out, because the success of Z-Image isn't just a story about one cool app. It's a signal of a much, much bigger trend, a massive shift for the entire world of generative AI. It really seems like the future is local. What we're actually watching here is a battle for the soul of AI. On one side, you have the cloud monopoly model.
It's all centralized, you pay a subscription, and they control what you can create. But on the other side, you've got this new wave of local democratization. Decentralized, free, open, and you're in control. ZImage has basically become the new champion for that second team.
And all of this leads to a pretty provocative question, doesn't it? Does the runaway success of a tool like ZImage mean we're seeing the beginning of the end for these huge, walled-off cloud AI platforms? Is power finally starting to shift from a few massive corporations back to us, the individual users?
If there is one huge takeaway from the whole ZImage story, it's this. The future of creative AI isn't just happening out there in the cloud anymore. It's becoming personal, it's becoming accessible, and it's running right there, on your own computer. The revolution, as it turns out, is being decentralized.